I'm here to give to y'all another game review on what I would consider the best Spider-Man game in my opinion, which would be, of course, Marvel's Spider-Man. So I know a lot of people has this game, and I know a lot of y'all cannot get enough of it. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because in a couple of weeks we're going to be getting the next gen console, which is going to be, of course, the PlayStation 5, or I would say the PS5. So with that in mind, let's get started. So in a couple of weeks we're going to be getting the next gen console of the PS5, and what comes with that, in case if you guys are going to get it, we're getting, of course, another Marvel Spider-Man. But this Spider-Man is going to be a lot different than the one we are playing right now. This one is going to be based off of the character Miles Morales, which in turn, who was in the previous Marvel Spider-Man game as a supporting character, is now going to be a main character, because in this game he's got his spider powers. For those who did not get the game, and for those who don't even know who Miles Morales is what you would call the second Spider-Man. And I know a lot of y'all, for those who are comic book readers, I shouldn't even have to tell you who he is, but for those who don't, Miles Morales is the black version of Spider-Man. And so let me go ahead and give you my review on this game, and then I'm going to talk to you guys about the upcoming Spider-Man game that's coming out. So Spider-Man's been around for a long time. His games pretty much started from in the first PlayStation game that I've played up until now. The only ones I did not play would be Spider-Man Edge of Time, Spider-Man Shattered Dimension, The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. But any other Spider-Man game I played before, I enjoyed those, like the Tobey Maguire version of Spider-Man of 1, 2, and 3. Not to mention Spider-Man Web of Shadows. I did play that Spider-Man Friend or Foe game. And also played Spider-Man Web of Shadows and Ultimate Spider-Man. So those are the Spider-Man games I played, but the ones I did not play were, I guess at the time I did not have a copy of them, but I guess I wasn't too fond of how they started out, so I never did play it. I ended up watching a gameplay of it on YouTube to see what it would be like, because usually if it's a game that I don't have any type of anticipation on getting, sometimes I would just watch a gameplay to see how it is. And after watching the gameplay, some people may say that they enjoy both of those games, and I'm not knocking off y'all's opinion on that. If you like the game, that's great. Maybe one day I'll probably get me a copy and play it myself, and so that way I give my own personal review on it. But I just haven't really gotten the chance to get the game due to I've been pretty much playing other games that most friends have recommended that I should play. But yeah, this game is awesome. Like the swinging, the combat, the atmosphere, the graphics. Heck, it's even got a photo mode on here, y'all. Like legit a photo mode. Let me show you. So here you have a photo mode where you can pretty much capture any type of angle that Spider-Man is doing. It even has a selfie mode on here. Like, yeah, look at that. Just look at that selfie mode. It's awesome. You can even hide the little menu bar right there, so that way you just make it look like you're actually taking a photo of Spider-Man. And because Peter Parker was a photographer at the Daily Bugle, so of course they should implement his photography skills in the game. But I really enjoyed this game. Like when it first came out, I was all in for it. Like I couldn't get enough of Spider-Man. I actually beat the game in 3 days. And honestly, to tell you the truth, this was actually the first game that I platinumed. I guess after when I first platinumed this game, I felt like a big accomplishment, because I've never played a game where I actually platinum, let alone complete all of its requirements as far as like collecting the tokens, completing all the side missions, of course doing the main missions as well, and then also also doing like all the benchmarks, which those really didn't count towards anything, but these right here were very time consuming right here. So and most of the time you don't even know that you're doing it until you're like really enjoying, playing as Spider-Man, doing like the combat, the swinging, the point break launches and all of that on it. So This kind of stuff will come to you handy, even though most of the time it is a little bit tedious. But right here, these are the tokens right here. These tokens are based off of, like, you got your backpack tokens, which is considered a collectible. Then you have your challenge tokens, where you have to do specific challenges to earn a certain amount of tokens. Here are the crime tokens, which are very random because you got crime always going throughout the city to where you can earn them as well. You have your base tokens, which normally happens like during the game, but you can also achieve them even after you beat the game, which is pretty much you have to defeat a wave of enemies in a specific way. And then you have your landmark, which is also considered a collectible because all you're doing is just taking photos of a landmark throughout New York City. And then you got your research tokens, which honestly a lot of people weren't too fond of the research tokens because you earn these by doing like puzzles, like doing Harry Osborn's puzzles on top of roofs, and you can also go to Otto Octavius lab to do like little tasks just to get these research tokens. But you know, I enjoyed every moment of doing all these. And then what I mentioned was the backpacks, which is like you get all these collectibles that took place within the Spider-Man universe, where you have, let's see, for example, there's a Spider-Man plushie all the way up until you get right here to, like, you know, Spider Tracer, or you get a Rhino fragment, and you even get a little sand or vial of Sandman, you know, all etc. etc. Then you also get the listening to J. Jonah Jameson give his little rant about what goes on in New York City, whether it's from random events or events that occurred during the story, you know, vice versa. But yeah, you know, it's of course it's J. Jonah. I enjoy listening to his facts because it's just like, it just passes the time by when I be swinging, you know, have something to listen to, be like, hey, you know, Jay don't really like Spider-Man. He thinks that, you know, Spider-Man is a menace. And anyone who knows about J. Jonah Jameson, we all know that deep down he don't really think that way about Spider-Man. It's just the fact that his views on a man who wears a mask he feels as a coward, because I guess, you know, his wife was murdered when his wife was murdered, and the person that murdered his wife wore a mask, so he despised anyone that wore a mask because it symbolizes a person as being a coward. Then you have your voice recorder, audio recording, which you can find them throughout story mode. And then you also have the newspaper articles, which every time you complete a mission, a newspaper article will publish saying what Spider-Man did or what has happened throughout the city after that particular mission. Here you have your gadget system, which some people pretty much like the gadget system because it almost get that same feel like the Arkham series where Batman had all his gadgets. So I guess Insomniac, the people that made Marvel Spider-Man, wanted to implement this into their game. And majority of the gadgets I do enjoy. I actually utilize almost every last one of these, no matter I'm facing off against a bunch of thugs or I'm going up against villains. Like, I use every last one of these to my advantage. Now, the best part I would say about this game is the suits. So here you have a total of maybe like 40 suits on here, I would say. And each suit is based off the comic. So here you have your torn suit. You have your classic suit, which is repaired from the torn suit. You have the Spider-Man Noir suit. You have the first Scarlet Spider suit. Then you have the Spider-Man Mark II armor. Here you have the Secret War suit. You have the MCU Spider-Man suit, which was given to Tom Holland Spider-Man by Tony Stark. Then you have the negative suit to the present suit that I'm wearing right now, and I'm going to tell you about that suit. Then you have the electrically insituated suit. I'm sorry, I mispronounced that. But you have this suit, which I only seen this one time in the comics. Then you have Spider-Punk. Yes, Spider-Man has a mohawk and a jacket with his costume with some what looks like to be Converse Spider-Man shoes, but this is the first time I've known about this version of Spider-Man. Then you have the wrestler suit, which of course this was also in the comics as well. Then you have the Fear itself, which is this suit is actually made from Asgardian materials, where Spider-Man used it when he was helping Thor on a mission. Then you have your stealth suit, which I'm not too fond of it, but it's okay. Then you have the spider armor Mark III. Yeah, kind of a little bulky in my opinion, but Then you have the Spider-Man 2099 suit, which a lot of people say that this is the best Spider-Man due to the fact that this Spider-Man takes place in the year 2099 all the way into the future, or an alternate future, I would say. So, and of course, this Spider-Man, this one isn't Peter Parker. This one is named Miguel O'Hara, which I'll explain about him in one of my videos in the future. But yeah, this is Spider-Man from the future. His suit is very futuristic. A lot of people say that his suit is actually the color blue, but if you read the comments before, his suit is actually red and black. They just added the color texture to his suit for better lighting. And here you all have the MCU Iron Spider suit that was worn in Infinity War. It's really nice. I actually enjoyed. This was actually the suit I stayed playing once I earned it, all the way until I finished the game. And I kind of like this suit. It even got his own little ability to release the 4 Iron Spider arms onto the suit. Then you have your Velocity suit, which I never knew anything about. It's a suit that gives Spider-Man speed when he's running. This is the suit I was currently playing until I switched to the other suit, which I'm going to explain. And this is the Mark IV suit. This suit is actually when Peter Parker in an alternate universe was like Tony Stark. He was rich. He even had a company by the name of Parker Industries, and he even created this suit. Then you have Spirit Spider, which is a resemblance to Ghost Rider when Spider-Man sold his soul and became the new, Ghost Rider in another term, Spirit Spider. Here you have, of course, the same. It's the 2099 suit, but it's the white version, which I actually like this suit a lot better than I like the regular black suit. And as you can see on the description, it says Spider-Man 2099 black suit. We all know it's supposed to be black, but they add shading color to make it blue. Then you have the very first vintage Spider-Man comic book suit, which this is what Spider-Man looked like in the comics. This is where people say that his suit was supposed to be red and black. And if you've watched Spider-Man Far From Home, when Spider-Man was wearing red and black, they took pretty much homage from this costume right here because, of course, his suit was supposed to be red and black. But I like the red and blue. I just wish they added the webbing under his arms to get that feel for it. But who knows? Maybe they'll add it in the sequel. Then you have the Last Stand suit, which this is the suit where Spider-Man wore when he's fighting off a bunch of goons and he ended up getting killed at the end. Well, hence the name Last Stand suit. Then you have the Undie suit, which again, it's it's the Undie suit. You have the homemade MCU Spider-Man suit, which I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was playing as this suit, something hit me. Because when I saw it in the Spider-Man Homecoming movies, I did not pay attention to this little homage. But one thing I realized about this homemade suit is that it bears a striking resemblance to the Scarlet Spider suit because it had the hoodie and the web shooters around the arms and all that. Like, I didn't even pay attention to that. And knowing me, I normally pay attention to details, but this right here, this kind of caught me under surprise. Then you have the ESU suit where this is just like you're playing as Peter Parker, except he just has his mask on. This is the suit that is being worn at the end of the game when he's fighting off against his main villain. Then you have the dark suit, which is given to him by Black Cat, which I never really played as this suit that much. It kind of reminds me of a stealth suit. These 3 suits, which is the Resilience suit, the UK suit, and the Scarlet Spider suit, I actually like this suit out of the 3 because I remember when there was a DLC coming out, they always added 3 new suits to the DLC. And I didn't like these 2, the Resilient or the UK Spider suit, because it just didn't look right to me. Like, I honestly did not like that suit, not one bit. Then you have, of course, the Spider Armor Mark I, which this paid homage to the comics as well. This is again when I said Peter Parker once owned. He had a company under the name of Parker Industries where he created this suit. He's kind of like the Iron Man of this universe. Then you have your classic Iron Spider armor, which not to confuse everyone, this armor is not the same as this one because this is actually an armor suit here, whereas the MCU version of it was a nanotech iron suit. So don't get those confused. And plus, I've always liked the classic red and gold. This is actually the Iron Spider suit that Spider-Man wore during the Civil War comic when he was teamed up with Iron Man at one time until he switched places and he switched teams and became part of Captain America's side. Then here you have the Spider Clan suit. Again, it's nothing too fancy about it. And then you have the Aaron Ockman armor, which I've only seen that in a comic once, but I didn't really read about it as much. Then you have the Cyborg Spider-Man suit, which, yeah, Spider-Man died and he came back as a cyborg. Yeah, had the cybernetic arm and all of that, so, you know. Then you have the Into the Spider-Verse suit, which a lot of people I've seen when this suit came out, everybody was playing it, but I didn't really play it as much because I guess I just didn't like the way it looked. I mean, yeah, it is the way the, you know, animation was in the movie. I get that, but playing it on the game, it just kind of threw me off a little bit, but, you know. Then this is the suit that everybody was asking about, the Raimi suit from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movie. Now, it was so funny when we was getting that third DLC, everybody was literally, and I mean literally, complaining that they need to add this particular suit in there. They kept making threats to the company saying that if you don't add Raimi Spider-Man suit into the game, I'm going to torch your house. I'm going to come to your, you know, I'm going to come to the studios and do this and that. You know, don't play with me like that. I need the Raimi suit. Like, Jesus, like, I understand that this is a particular suit that should have been added in the game, but it was not like the company forgot. I kind of felt like they, in my opinion, I felt like they wasn't going to add this suit in the game at first. But seeing that a lot of fans were asking that they should add this suit onto the game, I guess the developers kind of was, you know, listening in, saying, hey, you know, it would have been nice if we add this suit into the game. And so when they and this was kind of like a Christmas present to us back in 2008 when this suit came out. So this was kind of like a Christmas present that Insomniac gave us just to play. And I'm not gonna lie, even when the suit came out, I actually played with this suit and repeated the whole story playing as the Maguire suit. It kind of gave me feels like this is like we were playing the fourth Spider-Man game we should have got right after Spider-Man 3. So, you know. And then you have the bombastic Bagman suit. That was when Spider-Man lost his costume. He was with the Fantastic Four. They gave him a spare suit for him to wear, but he didn't have a mask, so he put on a paper bag just to cover his identity. Yeah, and then you have the Future Foundation suit, which again was also part of the Fantastic Four. This is when Johnny Storm died and Spider-Man was recruited to be part of the Fantastic Four. They was all wearing suits similar to what Spider-Man was wearing. This was another suit that I enjoyed playing too, because I just liked the white and black on it. It was neat. And then these last two suits down here, the Far From Home suit and then the Stealth suit, both of these were added with the day when Spider-Man Far From Home came out. So Insomniac wanted to grant us, you know, they wanted to give us these two free suits without having to pay for it, because they know, you know, the movie came out and everyone was enjoying playing Spider-Man. They want to add all the suits on there. But I will say that the one suits that they did not add into the game, which they probably will add either later on or they may add it to the sequel, was the Andrew Garfield suit. You know, knowing people wanted to add the Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 suit into the game, it would have been nice too. That way we would have had all Spider-Man costumes, whether from comics to games to movies. We would have had it all, but they never added that suit in. But it was one of the suits that they didn't really had no plans on adding. So the thing about the combat, you know, I really enjoy it. It's really neat, you know, because you kind of get the Arkham feel when you play in this game. So, you know, I enjoy it. And then I also enjoy the finishers, which I wish they added more variety with the finishers. But again, like I said, they're probably going to add that into the sequel, or they're going to add that into the next Spider-Man, or into the Miles Morales Spider-Man game. Now, I know I had said that I was going to say something about this advanced suit that I'm wearing right now. So, you know, to be fair with you, when I first got this game, I was playing as the classic Spider-Man suit. That was until we did a mission to where we had to get ourselves a new Spider-Man suit. And so when this suit came out, I wasn't a big fan of it in a way, and I'm gonna show you why. So when you go to the advanced suit right here, oops, yeah, when you go to the advanced suit right here, you can see that like it don't even look like it's red. It looks like a light orange color. I did like the white outline on his forearms to his knuckles. I did like the white spider on both his back and his chest area. I did like that. The one thing I will say, this is gonna throw you off, but the one thing I did not like that made me not want to play this suit is when you look at where the legs are. You see how on the repaired suit, you see how he has his red boots and all that. I wish they added like some kind of design down there, then that made me want to play it. I don't know why, but it's just like, it just feel that they just added something down there to the like the calves area down to the ankles or to the knees. If they added like some kind of red shading or something, like red webbing or anything like that down that area, I would have definitely played it. I would have definitely said this would have been my favorite Spider-Man suit. And also, if they shaded in, made it look a little bit red instead of making it look orange, because I'm pretty sure like during the day, you know what, matter of fact, let me show you what it looks like when it's during the daytime. Because during the day, it looks like it's light, like light orange. And I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. So let me go ahead and change the day and change the evening and make it to day. And yes, you can actually do that in this game. You can make it day, sunset, or night. And I'm going to change it to day. And I'm going to show you guys exactly why I didn't want to play as this suit. And it's going, you know, a lot of people say that the advanced suit is their favorite. Again, I'm not knocking anyone's opinion on the game. If you love the advanced suit, that's great. My video is not about bashing people saying that, oh, you like this, make you, you know, yada yada, you know, not worth anything. But yeah, let me show you. See, look at this. So this is what his suit looks like. It looks like it's orange, just orange. It don't even look red. So I'm gonna show you the suits that I played the most, starting with this they call it the Stark suit, but I'm gonna call it the MCU Spider-Man suit. This is the suit that I played with majority of the time. I liked it because it's like, I like the red, the blue on it. It was nice. I enjoy playing it. It was as if like I was playing like an MCU story of Spider-Man, and I really enjoyed it. And so, you know, this suit, I liked it. And his special ability was that he had a little spider drone that helped him. The next suit that I played was, of course, the Iron Spider suit from, you know, Infinity War. And you can see the gold, the red and gold texture, which obviously don't look red, but, you know, I don't know if some people actually pay that close attention to detail, but yeah, you can tell that that's not, you know, actually red, but you know, they added, that's not supposed to be blue, but it's really supposed to be black. But again, it's the way the lighting is, they made it that way. So another suit that I enjoyed playing was the Mark IV suit. This suit was shiny. At first I didn't like this. At first I wasn't gonna play this suit because if you can see, Spider-Man has green eyes and the green spider emblem. But to be fair with you, I actually like the spider emblem on his chest. It makes it look like a scary spider in a way. So you know, I enjoyed this suit. This is actually the last suit that I played with before I got off the game with Spider-Man. So the next suit I played with was, of course, the Raimi suit. But yeah, I'm gonna show you what the Raimi suit looked like when you're playing it. So this is what the Tobey Maguire Raimi suit looked like. It looks great. Like I said, it made you feel like you was playing the like another Tobey Maguire Spider-Man game, or a continuation to the Maguire universe or the Raimi universe. And you know, honestly, like, some people may say, when it comes to movies, who's your best interpretation of Spider-Man? I would say Tobey Maguire, because I guess it's because I grew up watching Spider-Man with him, like from 1, 2, and 3. I enjoyed watching all those Spider-Man movies. And so the next suit that I played was, of course, the classic Iron Spider armor, the red and gold As you can see, it's almost as if like you're playing as Iron Man minus the flight and the repulsor blast. But you know, this game, I mean not this game, this suit, I like the texture of it. I like the shine that it gives. It's so authentic, especially for people who are like big comic book readers. You know, you all know how Spider-Man utilizes this suit, and I enjoyed this suit every bit. So the next suit that I played with is going to be the Future Foundation suit. This is the one that was worn when Spider-Man was part of the Fantastic Four at the time, after the death of the Human Torch. And I just like this because the white and black, it just looks so good. It like really good. Just look at that. Just look at that. Look at me beating these criminals' tails up. Like, dang. What demons? There's no. Oh wow! I didn't know you guys are still here. I thought after I beat the game, all you guys are, you know, pretty much locked up. But I guess you guys want to add, you know, a butt kicking as well. Don't mind me. I'll just go ahead and take care of you guys while I'm, you know, trying to share with my fans. That'll be the last time you decide to mess with me in my neighborhood. This is Kent Wayne's neighborhood, aka Spider-Man's neighborhood. You feel me? So yeah, this is the suit that I was playing, and the last suit that I played, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all probably gonna know which one I played with, was the Far From Home suit. And just look at that. This suit looks so good during the day. Like, I just like the red and black. Like, I had played this suit way before I went to go see the movie, and I just loved it. Like, I loved every bit of it. It looks like an older version of Peter Parker wearing this suit. Like, and I'm gonna tell y'all this one thing about this suit, and a lot of y'all may not know this, but truthfully, and I mean truthfully, explain to me why does this suit almost have a identical look to Miles Morales' Spider-Man suit? Like, it literally looks like it could be Miles Morales' Spider-Man suit if he were to take this costume, maybe spray paint where the red is, and where the red is on the torso, to the head, to the boots, you know. But again, it looks like this could be Miles Morales' suit, and this is something I caught when I, you know, saw the movie Far From Home. Oh no, he just hit me. I don't like that. You just messed up my combo, fam. You're done for. You know what, matter of fact, let me just let my Spider Drones take care of you. Yeah, let me let my little pets take care of y'all, cause I'm over here trying to give a commentary to my fans, to my subscribers, and you guys are just messing me up right now. So let me let y'all fight them. Oh, don't tell me you just killed all of them. Oh, you know what? Forget you. We don't do this here. No, we don't do this here. I told you guys, we don't do this in Spider-Man's neighborhood. You done messed up now. No. Get back. You old sir. Come here. And what? Blam! Ha ha! That's what I call a good combat system. But yeah, so again, this Spider-Man, I enjoyed every moment of playing this game. The story was awesome. It's already been 2 years, so I'll just go ahead and tell you, you know, this game is still the best. I could play this game all day if I want to. But let me get back to the current suit that I was playing as, because, again, like I said, I did not really like the advanced suit that much. Maybe if they did a little... I've seen some concept art designs of what the suit would have looked like before they chose the final... before they made the final decision on it. And... so, yeah, I'm just gonna stick to this suit right here because, again, I enjoy. I really enjoy doing this right here. So, yeah, this is the suit I was. This is the suit I played with the last time I was on this game, and again, I like it. And I hope that when we play with as Miles Spider-Man, that we get you know, alternate costumes. Hey, maybe they'll put in the Into the Spider-Verse Spider-Man costume on there, because I cannot wait to play with Miles Morales in his hoodie version, because that's gonna look so dope. Like, I'm ready for it. I'm literally ready for this. And even though it's not like a long game, I'm still looking forward to playing this, because one thing about Marvel is that when it comes to their games, they're not as good with it. And for example, you see with Marvel's Avengers, Ultimate Alliance, I did play. I didn't play the third one. The only ones I played was the first and the second one. I didn't play those X-Men games or the Fantastic Four games, which thank God I didn't. But when it came to Spider-Man, it was something about it. For Marvel, it seemed like Spider-Man was their GOAT seller right there. They were making all kinds of money with Spider-Man. So with that, Marvel was good when it came to making Spider-Man games, but when they try to focus games on like any other character, they didn't do so well. I remember a time back in, was it 2008 to 2011 or 12, Marvel had a tie-in movie game. They had Iron Man, Iron Man 2, The Incredible Hulk, Thor, and Captain America, which is all part of the MCU. They tried to do a movie tie-in to it, but I guess they did. So it wasn't as fun, but again, I enjoyed it a bit. Another thing I did enjoy was the story. The story was very touching. It was a story about like I said, this game takes place in a universe where Peter Parker is 23 years old. He's been Spider-Man for about 8 years now. He's not like a young teenager trying to get a feel of his place as a hero or have anyone to look up to. This is a well-matured, a well-grounded Spider-Man who already has the jizz of being a hero. He's already loved by lots of his supporting fans throughout New York City. He's already had his rogues gallery, like the Sinister Six that appeared in this game, like Electro, Rhino, Scorpion, Mr. Negative, which he originally wasn't a member, but you know, they've always changed up things. Then you had Vulture. You also had Shocker, you had Tombstone, you had Hammerhead, Black Cat. You had all of Spider-Man's iconic villains and anti-heroes in the game. Then you also have Spider-Man's new characters like Mary Jane, Norman Osborn, Dr. Otto Octavius. Harry Osborn was never into the game because it said that, you know, he was sick. Actually, let me take care of these guys. I'm gonna make this easy for me. Get out of here. Yeah, I like doing that sometimes if I don't feel like fighting them all the time. But boom, you know, fall off the building. But yeah, so oh, don't tell me y'all survived already. This is not fun. Alright. You do realize if I push you off a building, you should have been, you know, incapacitated. But alright, where did exactly did I pull, you know, blow y'all away at? Because I do not see y'all nowhere on my map. Unless, of course, you're down here. So, but yeah, it wasn't, it's not like I say I'm praising this game, but it's just given after all the Spider-Man games we've had in the past. Oh, though that's where you was. But given all the Spider-Man games that we've had in the past, you know, I like how they made you feel like you was actually Spider-Man when it came to like web swinging and fighting crime. And then not even just that, it's also the duality of both Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Like the fact that you get to see what Peter does when he's not being Spider-Man. He's also working with a friend and a mentor, Dr. Otto Octavius. People around here work. So yeah, you pretty much understand the life that Peter Parker does. But I don't want to spoil this for you, but there's also one part of the game that they did do that was heartbreaking, and again, I don't want to spoil it for anyone that hasn't played the game. I would like to tell those who, you know, may not want to play it, who's not into it, but for those who, well, actually, you know what? A lot of y'all have, it's been 2 years. I know some of y'all have played the game. And then, of course, you got Miles Morales coming out. So, I'm going to tell you this. Aunt May dies in this game. Yep, Aunt May dies. Yes. Peter Parker's one and only aunt that's been around for so long, whether it came from comic books to movies, they decided to kill her off in this game. But it was a good way though, because what happened was, in this game, the villains released a plague that was going to kill everyone in New York City. And in order for Spider-Man to save him, he had to retrieve a cure. So with the cure, he had a choice. He could use the cure on one person, or let the doctors use the cure to miniaturize and make cures for everyone in New York City. This was a tough decision, because Aunt May was one of the ones that got infected with this plague. So Spider-Man had a choice whether to let Aunt May die to save New York City, or to let Aunt May live but to kill millions of people that's infected with the virus. So Peter had a choice, and this is where the whole "with great power comes great responsibilities" come from. The same quote that's been used so many times, the quote that was given to him by his uncle before he died, the quote that's never been mentioned in the MCU Spider-Man. But hey, I don't want to be that guy that, you know, that doesn't like the MCU Spider-Man. I like where they're going with them. I just wish they did a little Uncle Ben reference, but I know a lot of people get tired of the whole Uncle Ben dying. It's the same with Batman. You get tired of the whole origin story. You kind of want to jump right into it and just get familiar with this version of the character in this universe. So yeah, it was sad. I actually almost teared up a little bit, because this is something I never expected in a game, especially a Spider-Man game. Just like when I thought during the Amazing Spider-Man 2 when they killed Gwen Stacy. But then again, Gwen Stacy did die in the comics, so they try to, bring that back by trying to, you know what? They really didn't give Amazing Spider-Man enough credit. I really thought that was a good Spider-Man movie at the time, and now people kind of wish that they gave it a chance, but I guess we'll never know. So, but yeah, they killed off Aunt May in this game, and it was sad. And this pretty much changed Peter, not in a bad way, but it just made him see things differently, because even if that was the case, Aunt May didn't want Peter to use the cure on him anyway. And before she died, she wanted Peter to know that she knew that he was Spider-Man all along. She knew that Peter Parker was Spider-Man, and that she was okay with him going out saving people, because this is something that Uncle Ben wanted him to be. He wanted to be a kid who wanted to help people. This is why I say that Spider-Man and Superman are almost the same. Both of them had great mentors, their parents that raised them to do what's right, taught them the values of doing the right thing, and it's a nice touchy feeling to it. And again, in movies we done seen Peter Parker's friends and villains die, but to see someone he loves, like a loved one, dies, that it hits him pretty hard. So that's why I like this game, is because it takes a story, changes it up a little bit, but then also add in moments to make you think about the character a little bit more. And I think that's why in this game, even in this game, Peter, he's not just a kid who's just either not taking the superhero thing serious, or he still has a lot to learn. This is a Spider-Man that's pretty much has experience on being a hero. And one little nod that I want to bring this up to all y'all, let me go ahead and swing over there, because I kind of wish that this happened, but I guess they'll never make this happen in somewhat way. But in this universe, there are other Marvel characters that exist. Other characters, they exist, because you can find landmarks and buildings of where they are. Like you got Daredevil in here, you got Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, aka Jewel, you have Luke Cage, you have Black Panther, Doctor Strange, the Inhumans. You have all those people in this universe. But the one thing that I wish that was in the universe, and I'm finna swing over there real quick, because usually I just enjoy the swinging. It's just really nice. The swinging is really nice here. But yeah, this is the one thing I wish that was connected to the one game that I had did a review on. So I'm almost there. You know, there's only so much Spider-Man can do when he's nowhere around buildings, so I'm doing my best to swing up there. So let me see if I can find a good vantage point real quick, so I could go ahead and show you guys what I, wish that they did. I also like this music. This music is very soothing. But yeah, this right here, you have the Avengers building. Yes, here you have the Avengers building. Yes, the Avengers exist in this world. And here's the funny thing about this. So the Avengers, their headquarters now, or well, not headquarters, I would say they are relocated to the West Coast, which is like in California. In Marvel's Avengers, the game takes place in San Francisco. So people were like, oh, Insomniac, Spider-Man, and Crystal Dynamics, Marvel's Avengers game, they're all tied in together. Like, nope, nah, they're not. They're not tied in. They want us to think that it was, but it really wasn't. And I guess that's what kind of made, some players upset, because, we kind of wanted that to, he kind of wanted to, I guess, create their own little universe with other heroes. But it would have been nice if they had said that, this kind of took place. Like, this would be the one thing that kind of tied into it, was that, you have this little Easter egg in the game that would foreshadow them making the Avengers game, making it, semi-connect to this universe. Because in Square Enix Marvel's Avengers game, they're talking about bringing in Spider-Man into the game. So a lot of people were freaking out, because they were like, oh yes, this game is going to be a continuation of so-and-so. Like, we cannot wait. Like, nope, not at all. It's not. So what happened is that it's actually going to be a different version of Spider-Man. Oh, where I'm at right now, this is Norman Osborn's penthouse. Yeah, if you're wondering why I'm just, running around, that's Norman Osborn's penthouse. But yeah, the Avengers exist in the Insomniac universe, but one thing I don't like is when games try to give you Easter eggs about other characters and things existing in that universe, but they never follow back up on that. Like, what was the purpose of adding on that? Was that just a nostalgic feeling about it, or were you just feeling like you didn't want to add in like bland buildings to make it seem like this Spider-Man game wasn't connected to any other Marvel character or connected into the Marvel universe? Which, again, but overall, I like this game. I can still play this game even till today, because I never got bored of it. All I do is just keep replaying the missions, making me feel like I'm Spider-Man trying to do what's right, And when Miles Morales game come out, I'm definitely going to be in that one as well. I cannot wait. I know it's going to be fun. But you know what? Let me actually, no, I'm gonna swing there. I was gonna fast travel, but I'm actually going to swing over to the Feast Center. Then this Feast Center is the place where Aunt May worked at before she died. So we're gonna go over there real quick, just to see how everybody else is doing so far. So, I hope everyone got a chance to play this game. And I know they're talking about giving a remaster to the game, which, by the way, so there was a photo went around weeks ago that I thought was fake, but they were talking about changing Peter Parker's face. Yes, and I'm gonna show you what Peter Parker looks like once I get to the Feast Center. But they were talking about changing his face, and let me tell you, this pretty much upset a lot of fans. This change upset a lot of fans. Yeah, I know I'm passing by crimes right now, but I just wanted to show you guys exactly what Peter Parker looked like when he's not Spider-Man. If I remember correctly how to get... No, I remember how to get there. What am I doing? I done played this so many times. I should know exactly how to get to the Feast building. Oh, and Mary Jane is also a journalist for the Daily Bugle. And right now, she is currently off the country. She is in Sincaria doing a follow-up. So yeah, Mary Jane is not present in the game at the moment right now. She was in the main game along with the DLC, but she's not in the game no more. She's actually across seas doing of course, being a journalist. So let me go ahead and show you exactly who Peter Parker looks like without his Spider-Man mask. So let me go ahead and show you guys what he looks like. So all right, here we go. So this is what Peter Parker looks like. You know, of course, he looks young, but he's also mature. Like, he should be like a 23-year-old. But they changed his face. They didn't change the voice actor, but they changed the face of Peter Parker and made him almost look almost resembling Tom Holland's Spider-Man. So I'm just like, they can't be serious with this. Like, they cannot. Oh, I forgot. So yeah, this is the center that Aunt May worked at. She was well respected here, and of course, the one of the main villains was also was head of this facility until he went, you know, evil. But here you can find out this is the office that, you know, Aunt May worked at. You can see that this is, you know, Peter Parker and Ben Parker. This is when Peter was young. And then you see this picture here when Peter was, of course, young as well, but he was wearing glasses. Again, yeah, he does look like a dork. And then, of course, you have this version, which I can't pick it up, but this is Peter when he graduated high school. But let me show you this little monument that they built out of respect for Aunt May. So once Aunt May died, they created a memorial for her. Yes, it's pretty touching. And you know, you really begin to, you know, care for Aunt May. And then now I'm going to fast travel, because it's like halfway across the map. I'm going to fast travel all the way up to Harlem, to the cemetery, to show you where they buried Aunt May. And it's kind of touching where they buried her, because you know, this is something that we weren't expecting as players, because Aunt May's been around for so long that we never thought that Insomniac would have killed off, you know, Aunt May. But hey, I mean, if you can kill off the Joker in the Arkham games, why not kill off Aunt May, you know? And it's very touching for them to do that. So here, this is what Spider-Man does when he's fast traveling. He's just pretty much getting to the field with some of the citizens of New York. So let me go ahead and show you guys where she was buried at. And I like this little nod that they did right here. Oh, if you're wondering what happened to Peter Parker's parents, his parents were actually members of they were part of the CIA, and they died during a plane crash. So Peter's parents dropped them off at Aunt May's and Uncle Ben's house for him to stay at while they were going out being the CIA at the time. So yeah, Peter's parents were killed when he was young, and so all he knew was Uncle Ben and Aunt May. So this So this is where Aunt May was buried. She was buried next to her husband, Ben Parker. As you can see, Ben Parker was around since 1952 to 2010, whereas Aunt May was here from 1953 to 2018. So as you can see, an 8 difference. Like I was saying again, like Peter Parker's only been Spider-Man for 8 years. So for those who don't know, for real, Uncle Ben died around the time when Peter got his powers. Peter got his powers before Uncle Ben died, but Peter used his powers for, he was a teenager at the time. He was trying to, understand like his abilities and all that. He was trying to understand his abilities, and this is where the let me show you right here. Let me show you right here the costume I was trying to show you guys. So this suit right here, this is what, let me see, where is it? Yeah, this suit right here is what Spider-Man wore when he was wrestling. He was doing this because he wanted to earn some money. Yeah, hence why it's called the wrestling suit. He wore the suit because he wanted to earn some money, but then the guy that was supposed to pay him didn't pay him the amount that he was supposed to be given. So what happened was the guy ended up getting robbed. But Spider-Man could have stopped him, but he chose not to because he felt like it wasn't his responsibility to. Yeah, he had power, but he felt like he wasn't responsible to stop the mugger. That was until the same mugger that robbed the guy was also the same mugger that killed Peter Parker's that killed Uncle Ben. So with this is Spider-Man's or Peter's first suit. This is what Peter wore when he went to go find the killer of Uncle Ben. But once he found the killer, Spider-Man wanted to kill him, but then he remembered what his uncle told him: with great power comes great responsibility. Peter had the power, but it was also his responsibility to to utilize that ability. He didn't want, and he could have killed the guy, but he chose not to, because even if he were to kill him, it wasn't going to bring back his uncle. And plus, this isn't something that this is not how Uncle Ben raised Peter to be. So this right here, this is where it all started. This Uncle Ben's death is what gave Peter the idea to become Spider-Man. So again, he's been doing this for 8 years. Uncle Ben died in 2010, and then Aunt May died 8 years later, and now Peter's all alone. Yeah, all Peter had was Aunt May, but now all he has now is just himself. His parents already died, so he has nobody else left. Only person you'll probably have left, only two people he has left now is going to be Mary Jane, but she's not in the country right now. She's in Symkaria. So the next person that he probably has that will probably be considered family to him is Miles Morales. And so, as you know, I'm gonna do a game review when the game comes out, Miles Morales. I'm gonna show you, what Miles looked like, his combat skills, his story, all of that. So, you guys stay tuned to that. And I hope I was able to share y'all, my thoughts and opinions on the Marvel Spider-Man PS4 game. Show you why I still enjoy playing this game up until today. And just leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, because I got more videos to show on a lot of games. In a few, maybe next video I may do a video on the Arkham series, because that's another game that I enjoy playing. I do enjoy playing Batman. So you guys stay tuned. I'll keep y'all updated on latest content, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. My bad. When I was doing this, my mind spaced out a bit.